back to the Bliss Bean. It's finally the end of 2020 and 2021 isn't looking much better. In general, I do really like New Year's though. I love the energy of a fresh start. It gives you some hope, and right now it kind of feels in the world like there is no hope. So hopefully, today's vision board tour will give you a little bit of inspiration. I also do like setting goals for New Year's, but this year I definitely have less of a focus on goals and more of a focus on just the kind of lifestyle that I want to live. I feel like I've accomplished a lot of the things that I wanted to accomplish. I feel pretty good about where I'm at now, but I don't know where I want to go next. And so I want to just keep things very open-ended and just explore and see what opportunities come up. So instead of super strict goals, I have this thing. Welcome, class. So this first photo is of Madrid. I spent a month in Madrid last November, and then I'll be studying there for college only for the last 2 years of my program. The first 2 years are going to be in Segovia, but Madrid was so beautiful, and so I'm just really looking forward to living there in about 3 years. But then also while I'm in Segovia, I do want to try and make an effort to take trips. I was gonna say down to Madrid, but I don't know relatively geographically where Madrid is to Segovia, but I do know that it's only like 30 minutes by train, so I really have no excuses to not go over there. Last year was my first post-high school gap year, and so I traveled to Europe, like I said, which was, como dicen en España, fantástico. Thank you. After that, I was supposed to travel to Asia in March of 2020, and so of course that leg of the trip was canceled because of the coronavirus, and so I feel like there's still a hole in my heart for that trip that didn't happen. And so on my vision board I have this beautiful photo of Japan, and then we also have the Han River in Korea, which are both two places that I was planning on going. You'll also notice that both of those photos are taken at like sunrise or sunset, which is my favorite time of day, so you will see that as a common theme on this vision board. I think this is a photo of New York, but the specifics don't really matter to me. I just really love big cities, and I want to experience living in one as soon as possible. A lot of the stuff on this vision board has to do with where I want to live. So this next photo, I don't really know what drew me to it, because if I look closely at it, the decor is not my style at all, but something about it just feels so warm and cozy, and I hope that my future apartment can be this warm and cozy. Speaking of things that were canceled aside from my trip, I was supposed to see the BTS Map of the Soul concert in Chicago in June. I've seen BTS twice, first at the Love Yourself tour in Chicago in 2018, and then the Speak Yourself tour also in Chicago in 2019, and it was just some of the best memories of my life. And so this photo, I didn't even take it, but this photo brings me so much joy. I'm not sure if I'll be able to see them in 2021. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I think we all learned that lesson, but as soon as possible, universe, please. I already drink matcha. I would like to keep drinking matcha, and I would also like some aesthetic glassware to drink my matcha from. This one is not exactly something I'm trying to attract into my life per se, but it's just a quote that I really like. It talks about how bad days do suck, but every bad day that you have, you kind of build it up into this bank of bad days, and it reminds you of how much you've survived throughout your life. A very simple affirmation: I love, support, and believe in myself. Yet another apartment photo. If you haven't noticed yet, environment and comfort is very important to me. This is a whole tangent, but if you know about the Enneagram personality types, one of the aspects of that is called the instinctual variance. And so there are 3 different instinctual variants. How strong each one is unique to the individual. So there's the self-preservation, social, and sexual instincts. And when I was reading the description of the self-preservation one, I felt that very strongly. Things like wearing comfy clothes, always noticing the temperature of the room that you walk into, or like how comfortable your chair is, or on a bigger level, things like financial security, or, wanting a comfortable home. And so for me, when I envision my future and what I want, a lot of that revolves around my future home and my future city. And so this is just an example of an apartment where I really like the decor. Our family does not have any pets, but maybe like the maternal instinct is kicking in or something, because I've really been wanting a cat or a dog. I'm leaning towards cat, but I don't want to start any wars in the comments about whether cats or dogs are better. I don't think it would be very practical at all for me to actually have a pet of my own this year, But if I could give the universe any ideas for how to manifest this for me, maybe I make a friend in college who happens to have a cat and I hang out with them so much that I become a pet parent by proxy, just in case the universe is watching this. I just like the feel of this photo. There's a street that looks like a beautiful city to live in. There's a computer representing the kind of work that I want to do, which is like computer work that I can do from anywhere in the world. And then just the idea of treating myself to coffee and whatever that thing is. It looks good though. I just don't know what it is. This one's the same. It encompasses a lot of different things in one photo. So she's working on something creative. She's got Photoshop open. She has a nice workspace. I assume she's working from home, which is cool. And then in a more materialistic sense, I would love to have a nice big desktop computer for editing videos. My closet has definitely been trending more beige brown lately, as you can see, and I really like it. I've also been buying, some high quality pieces of clothing for myself, and that's been really nice because I used to thrift a lot and get most of my clothes that way, which was great for the environment and for my wallet, but there was a sense that I never really felt like myself when it came to clothing because I didn't really know my personal style to begin with, and I still don't really know what it is, and generally when you're thrifting, it's hard to find exactly what you're looking for, so it was a lot of confusion and rationalizing how something could work in my closet because hey, it was only 50 cents. So while I'm also not advocating doing a ton of online shopping, especially if it's fast fashion, and I obviously still think that thrifting is really good, and I realize that it is a privilege to be able to, buy new clothes, especially high quality investment pieces, that's just an observation that I made. Like when it came to my personal style, it was fun to hunt and thrift for clothes, but I think I learned the most about what my style is through, having the almost like unlimited selection that is available to you when you're shopping on the internet. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I'll just cut this part out. Anyways, this also has to do with fashion. These are a pair of Gucci loafers. Obviously, I don't mind if the universe sends me a pair of loafers that aren't Gucci, but like, if you're not gonna put Gucci loafers on your vision board, what is the point of a vision board? I thought this was a photo at first, but it's actually a painting of San Francisco. And San Francisco is maybe, I don't wanna say favorite, maybe one of my two favorite cities in the United States that I visited. The other one's New York, which we covered already. I think the cost of living there is insane, but I kind of look to it as a guideline for the ideal city that I would like to live in the future because it has temperate weather, it's by the water, has a lot of green space, it's pretty big, and this is a painting of a sunset, and we already covered how much I love sunsets. This one always curls up because the printer had to soak the paper in black ink in order to print it, but I guess this represents love, trying to manifest love. That's embarrassing. We already had a city view, but more specifically, I always say that my dream is to one day have an apartment with floor-to-ceiling windows and city views, so that's that. This is one of the buildings of the Segovia campus where I'll be going to college, so it's not something I really need to manifest because it's gonna happen, but I'm just really excited. I like how this looks. It has that dark academia aesthetic. I just want to experiment with makeup and style, I guess, so these beautiful shiny red lips represent that. Finally, in 2021, I would like to travel. How original. I just think that feeling of looking out the airplane window and looking at the clouds, especially if it's at sunset, is so magical, and I really hope that I can experience that this year. Now this board was a little small, so not all of the images made it onto here, but I will show you the rest of them. Christmas is my favorite holiday, and it just felt like it went by really quickly last year, and so I just want to try and spread that Christmas feeling, that coziness, that time with family and friends, and taking some time off work, which can be challenging for me, and I want to try and spread that Christmas spirit throughout the rest of the year as well. If you're here because you watched my minimalist habits video, avert your eyes, but I would like to upgrade my phone, and those iPhone 12s do look beautiful. Manifesting Jungkook, I guess. This one, I'm actually on my way to this one. I normally don't do anything with my nails, and I always keep them super short. I also don't really like my nail shape. I have very, very small, short nails, so when I cut them, they are often wider than they are long. So I want to start caring more about my nails, basically, and I really like simple nail art like this. I actually recently got my first gel manicure, and I really love how it turned out. It makes my nails feel stronger, so I don't mind having them long as much as I used to, so I think I'm going to try to grow them out now. This one represents a few things. One is that I would just like to experience and capture some nice views in 2021, And second, I want to document more of my daily life. Whenever something fun or nice happens, I often forget to pull out my camera or my phone to document it. And you might say that's a good thing that, my hand doesn't immediately reach for my phone in a fun moment. But I would say for me, it skews towards feeling a little bit regretful because I didn't document the moment in any way, and I don't really have any way to look back at it. My memory is also kind of bad too. So yeah, I want to do more of that. And then finally, it'll finally be back to school for me soon after 2 years. I do like school, so I'm kind of excited about this whole process, and I just hope that my school experience will be as organized and aesthetic as this photo looks. So that's my vision board, but I want to see your vision boards and what you're manifesting for 2021 and beyond. So I'm so excited. Tomorrow we are having our first digital meetup. This meetup will be held tomorrow, Saturday, January 16th at 7 p.m. Central on our brand new Vibely community. So if you follow me on Instagram, I've already talked your ear off about this because I'm excited, okay? So the Bliss Bean fam on Vibely is a place for fans of the Bliss Bean to connect with each other and inspire and support each other. Every week I'll be posting a new challenge on there. So week 1 was to share your top 5 goals for 2021, and so many people did that. Week 2 was to share with us how you're breaking those goals down into smaller milestones, and then you can see your progress on all of these challenges over in this tab. One of my favorite parts though is here where we have a bunch of different group chats on all sorts of different topics, so you can participate in any of them that you want. There's ones on advice, mental health, books, food. You can even create your own groups, which I highly encourage you to do. Someone made a group about Enneagrams and personality types, and I got so excited, and that's just exactly why I love the concept of this app, is that we can really talk about all of the Bliss Beanie things. And then finally, as I mentioned, tomorrow is our vision boarding meetup. You can organize meetups on this app. So maybe you want to get a study group together and you can all study together at the same time for motivation, or you want to do like a monthly planning session and all talk about your goals together. We of course can't have in-person meetups at the moment, but when we can, you can make a group chat for your geographical area and then organize a meetup, make like-minded friends in person. And if I were nearby, I would definitely try to drop by as well. That would be really, really cool, but for the time being, we'll just have to do our digital meetups. So if you want to join, just click the link in the description to download the Vibely app, join the Bliss Bean fam, and then you'll be able to do the first challenge, which is to make a vision board, take a photo of it, and share it with us. I'll see you on Vibely. I'll see you tomorrow at our meetup, and I'll see you next week back on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!